Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy Hodges. I'm an advocate for OCD, in particular the community name Pure OCD, which is individuals that experience intrusive thoughts with mental rituals. That also happens to be the name of my memoir, Pure OCD, the Visible Side of Obsessive Compulsive Disorder. I'm also a certified pure sport specialist, working with people all over the world, supporting them in any stage of recovery, and walking alongside as you are working toward recovery, and or if you're experiencing a relapse and you would like some extra support with peer support, it can be very helpful. I also do referrals for people to find therapists anywhere in the world, and I run 8-week closed groups so you can meet people around the world that experience OCD, and also be able to really see that this is a disorder that is not just isolating to you. It can impact all walks of life, and these groups have been really special in connecting people and helping you really to normalize and to see that you're not alone on this journey. Go to chrissyhodges.com to find out more about all the services that I provide. Thanks so much for being here. This is a topic that's not often talked about, but as you know on my channel, I like to talk about some of the things that aren't talked about often. I'll tell you just straight out, a lot of the reason why people don't talk about this topic is they're scared they're going to get canceled. They're scared they're going to say something, someone's going to take it the wrong way, and then they're going to think that someone's saying that they are racist or homophobic or blasphemous, or they're saying things against, well, this is just part of OCD. So if you are here and you feel like that is the reason for visiting on this video, please just open your mind and open your ears and listen to a little bit about what it's like to have OCD, and especially with this theme. So this theme is very common. It is not uncommon, even though you're not going to find a lot about it on the web or other people talking about it, again, because people are worried about talking about it. But it is very much the same. It's the same mechanism of any sort of pure O, intrusive thoughts, things like that, where a lot of this centers around losing control. Losing control and saying things out loud. Losing control and having your body do something that you don't want it to do. And the consequences of what is going to happen if you do. Now, this fear can feel very dangerous for people, not only because usually you are focused on something that is against what you believe, against how you feel, but yet it's still bugging you, and the consequences of saying something, A, that's against what you feel and your belief system, but also because it's most of the time these things are really inflammatory and can be very offensive to people. The consequences of if that were to happen and you trying to explain, this is not how I feel, even though I said it out loud, and people not understanding, that can then lead to things like losing everything, losing your job, losing your reputation, being branded as something that you're not, cancel culture, things like that. So this can be a really, really tough theme. So I just want to talk about a little bit of the nuances of this theme, how it can manifest, remembering that even though I might not talk about exactly how it manifests for you, I can't cover every single way that this one shows up for people. So take what you can with this, and just know that OCD can shapeshift in just about anything to keep you stuck. So probably the biggest and most common part of this sort of theme is going to be, I am going to lose control and I'm going to scream something out loud. Whether that be racist, homophobic, transphobic, blasphemous, offensive to other people. And typically these things are vastly different from our belief system. They come out of the blue and they're very scary, and they're you know, a lot of times they're offensive to us, but yet it's going through our mind. Now you would think to yourself, well, why does it have to be this? Because that's the shame piece. This is the added layer to this. What kind of person would even think these things? What kind of person would worry they would say this out loud? This must be something about me. That's a whole other area. But the thing is that of course these things are going to be offensive, and of course they're going to be inflammatory. If our brains were saying you're just going to scream ice cream out loud, I mean, who's going to think that? They're going to be like, ice cream, what? You know, or something. If you're going to scream something great out loud, it's not going to be that big of a deal, and so you're not going to worry about it. But when it's something that's contrasting what you believe, something that you are afraid, how is this going to make me look if I say it out loud? This is not even who I am. it can become very, very distressing. So examples of this would be, yelling out racist comments or racist inflammatory statements, homophobic inflammatory statements, derogatory terminology around anybody, or even, maybe around someone that's part of the LGBTQ community, part of someone that is a different race than you. And part like the blasphemy piece could be, yelling out something that is in contrast to what you believe. So for example, again, there's all kinds of examples. I'm just using this example. You're sitting in church. If you go to church and you believe in God, we're just going to go with that one. And then all of a sudden you're having these things going through your head of, oh my gosh, what if I scream out, hail Satan, or I worship Satan, and it's going on and on and on in your brain. It's very quiet in the church. There's a lot of people that are very religious, and you think to yourself, why would I even think of this? What if I lose control and I scream this out loud? And this can be very distressing. Even though you think to yourself, I do not believe that, it doesn't matter, because the fact that it's even there in your brain is distressing. And the fact that you feel like you might lose control and not have the ability to stop yourself from saying that, that's where the compulsions are going to come in. Right? Okay, so the rumination would come in of, why would I even think this in the first place? Is this true? Is this really what I think? Why would this come up? What's the meaning behind it? The mental review would be, oh my gosh, is there a reason why I feel this way? Have I felt this way before? Has this ever happened before? Yada, yada, yada. Then we've got some physical compulsions that you may not even realize that you might be doing. For the verbal piece, you might be biting your tongue. I mean, really biting your tongue. Like, not the metaphor or the whatever you call it, like bite your tongue. Like literally, you might bite your tongue or I'm going to bite my lip and bite my tongue so my mouth cannot open and I cannot speak. For people that may have the physical manifestations, so I'll just get into this really quickly, of the what if I lose control and I lose control of bodily urges and I grab someone inappropriately. So I had this when I used to work in an office years and years and years ago. We used to get in these meetings. And, there were important meetings. Everybody was there. Lots of people in the room. And it was always quiet when someone else was talking. And I swear, within 5 minutes of sitting down, I would get these intrusive thoughts of, what if I lose control and I just grab the person's genitalia next to me? I mean, like clockwork, it would happen. It didn't matter if it was girl, a boob or a penis or anything. It just was like, oh my God. So one of the physical compulsions that I would do was sit on my hands. And then, of course, I would be distressed about this. And so then I would start sweating. And then I would think to myself, oh my God, someone's going to notice I'm sweating. And then they're going to see me sitting on my hands. And what if they know what I'm thinking? What if they know that I might lose control and grab their boob or something? And so it does, you don't really even know that you're doing the physical compulsion sometimes, because you do think, I am so distressed at this time. I just need to stop whatever could happen. When in reality, I'm just gonna assure you, and that's why you're here on these videos, to get assurance, this is no different than having intrusive thoughts about something that's not aligned with what you want or who you are or what you desire. You're not going to say these things out loud. You're not going to act on them. I mean, again, you might think that you're acting on it because it could be in the eye of the beholder, right? So you might think to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm sitting in this meeting and, I'm going to just test myself and I'm just going to pat someone on the arm. Oh my God, I just acted on it. Again, go to some of my videos about the acting is in the eye of the beholder. So anyway, so now we've gotten to the verbal. I'm worried I'm going to lose control. I'm going to yell something out loud. And a lot of stuff is managing that urge and trying to solve why you even have the urge. Now we've got the physical. What if I do something inappropriate? What if I touch someone? And I lose control and I do this? And now we're going to get into the two more things. One, what if I've written something? So I've sent an email, and what if I have put something in the email that's offensive? And I'm mentally maybe I am mentally reviewing all day. I checked that email. I didn't send anything. Or maybe you think to yourself, oh my gosh, what if I've sent something in the past over email? What if I've written something in a DM to somebody? What if I put something on social media? So now you can start physically reviewing things. And a lot of this feeds into cancel culture, right? And so I'm not saying anything, against or for cancel culture, so don't go down that road here in this video. I'm just saying that this is a big inflammatory thing for people, is they start to think, oh my gosh, what if I have done something offensive in the past? I don't even know what it is, so I can't remember if I have, so I can't remedy it. What if I lose everything? What if I get canceled? These things are very much in combination with each other, and it's important for us to recognize that as a community. Well, you might think to yourself, whatever, you're reading an email, there's nothing offensive. This is because it's OCD. This is no different than someone that is staring at a faucet and seeing that it is off and so worried that it's not really off. It isn't necessarily what is happening in front of you. It is the doubt. It's the doubt. I'm reading something. What if something could be taken offensive? What if it's in there and I'm just not seeing it? And so the combing over and over of things. This is distressing. It is time consuming. It is terribly, terribly hard for people. And so the last thing that I wanted to address is, and I just addressed this in a video, this also can feed into the, oh my goodness, what if I have done something before and I can't remember? What if I, and again, because it's OCD and the doubt, you could get into your mind, what if I put my, what if I was in a meeting or something and I put my hand, on someone's back and oops, what if I put it too low and it offended someone, and what if that comes back? And so you're mentally reviewing those things. Or you think to yourself, what if I did something and I can't remember? What if I yelled something out and I can't remember if I did? And then you start to micromanage like how other people are treating you and how they're acting towards you. Oh my God, did I say something offensive and I can't remember? So see how this can branch off into so many different things. And a lot of it is just that terrifying urge that you're just trying to manage with all kinds of compulsions, that something might happen that isn't what you think, how you feel, or what you want others to perceive you as. And it is so scary because it really just makes you think to yourself, oh my God, I know I was in that meeting and I know I didn't do anything, but what if I did and I can't remember? Or what if I did and it comes back later and I didn't even know it was offensive, things of that nature. So I just wanted to make sure that I did a video on this. Just so you know that if you're struggling with this, you are not alone. This is a very, very common theme. It's just not talked about because people are really scared. They're scared that if we're talking about saying, really scary things out loud that are blasphemous or racist or homophobic or transphobic or just offensive in general, to people, like, you're thinking you're sitting with your mom and all of a sudden, you're having these things go through your head, like your mom's a whore, your mom's a whore, your mom's a whore. And you think to yourself, my God, what if I blurted out, well, mom, you're a whore? You know what I mean? Like, people don't want to talk about that stuff because they're afraid if people get the wrong idea, they will think that I or someone that's talking about it would be promoting those things or that we feel that way. That is not the case. This is a very distressing theme that people experience. And if you're experiencing, you know exactly what I'm talking about because it goes against how you feel and how you really think, usually for those inflammatory topics. So anyway, I hope this helps. You feel less alone, and just know that a lot of people do struggle with this. So for more information about peer support groups or any of the services that I provide, please go to chrissyhodges.com, and I will see you next time.